Welcome back. Venezuelan opposition leader María Corina Machado has praised the U.S. removal of Nicolás Maduro, but she's still on the outside looking in for any role in running her country. She sat down with my colleague Margaret Brennan for Face the Nation Sunday. Here's a preview.
What role would you want in a future Venezuelan government? Because even President Trump says you may have a role in the future. Would you run for president?
I will be president when the time comes. But it doesn't matter. That should be decided in elections by the Venezuelan people. I wasn't allowed to run in the last election, as we mentioned before, because Maduro was afraid to run in against me. And he thought Edmundo was not a threat because nobody knew who he was. And in less than 3 months, we managed to put the whole country supporting him because this is a matter of freedom.
Super important interview. CBS News Chief Foreign Affairs correspondent, and as I mentioned, moderator of Face the Nation, Margaret Brennan, joins me now. So she's been talking to the president. What do we know?
And talking to Secretary of State Marco Rubio behind closed doors this week, a man she's known for 13 years, and who is promising—
Rubio,
not Trump. But she did have private meetings with Trump and said she will pay attention to what he told her eye to eye, face to face, and not what he said publicly when he had to explain why he was not backing the democratically elected president's party, right? Edmundo Gonzalez, the man who ran at the top of the ticket of María Corina Machado's party. She explained why she wasn't at the top of that. But to say, as the United States did, you won the election, but you can't be president, seems at odds, right? And that's what we talked about, was behind closed doors, are they giving you that timeline? Because the timeline for the transition is bringing us back to that question of how long does the United States remain deeply involved in Venezuela? And they cannot provide that date yet, but President Trump says he's deeply invested in opening it up for investment and the like, so we talked some about that as well.
Before the Senate this week, Marco Rubio, Secretary of State and National Security Advisor, said this is not like a frozen dinner that you can put in a microwave and cook in 2 minutes. It's going to take 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. We will be transparent. There's a big oil component to this. What does María Corina Machado think about the oil component of it for Venezuela's future and what America is probably trying to siphon off the profits thereof?
Well, she is a patient woman because she talked about spending 16 months in hiding since her party won that election, moving place to place, 14 different locations.
The definition of patience.
Because the Maduro regime was trying to kill her and capture her. Or best case, just capture her. So we did talk about oil because that is now what President Trump says this is really about, an opportunity for America to open up and reclaim assets there. And that's important because this week, the existing regime did push through this new change to move the oil industry from being socialized back to being privatized. So it's helping to pave the way for American investment. But that's, you're scratching your head going, wait a second, I thought they were the socialist communists. You're right. This is being done at the barrel of an American gun, that this change was put in place. And María Corina Machado's argument here was those decisions are actually not necessarily legal or legitimate because the people who are making them are not elected in a free and fair election, nor are they technically legally recognized internationally because they were not elected.
We've got about 45 seconds, Margaret. Does she feel in limbo right now, or does she feel like she has the wind of America behind her?
She's unquestionably in limbo, but you heard that assertion.
I'm going to be president.
I will be president when there is an election and when that happens. And she was very clear in laying that out. She is meeting with energy companies. That was news that she shared with us. She is talking about how to move that transition process along. And I asked her, can you go back and can you run for that future election? Is America guaranteeing your security? When Marco Rubio does meet with you, does he make you these promises? And we talked about that as well.
Very good. All of that coming up on Face the Nation. Margaret Brennan, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so very much.
Good to be with you.
You can see Margaret Brennan's full interview with María Corina Machado on Face the Nation Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern on CBS.